What up? What up? What up? What up? It's so late, but guess what? It's great because I'm here. It's the WWE Roundup. It's episode 9. We made 9 whole episodes of this show. And I know I said I was going to be on at 7. That was a lie because I had to do stuff at my house because I'm a human and I don't work for YouTube and I'm not getting paid off of this. So, hey, that's no excuse to not be late. But you know what that means. It's time. It's time to do this. Let's talk about everything that happened in WWE because that's what this show's about, excluding the Mixed Match Challenge because the Mixed Match Challenge will get its own video and I really need to invest in a tripod so I don't have to hold this with my hands because this is a bit uncomfortable and I don't like holding this with my hands. And I'm looking at the camera. Hi, everybody. Hi. But let's talk about Raw, SmackDown. And guess what? 205 Live? Yeah, 205 Live. And NXT in that order. Let's go. Let's do this. And if I was editing it, this would be where the jump cut is. But we're not editing it because we're live. It's an edit. It's an edit. It's an edit. We're doing it live. We're doing it live. Let's talk about Raw, folks. Excuse me. So, Raw starts off, Kurt Angle, talking about his Mixed Match Challenge match, which is him and Ronda Rousey versus Triple H. And he's unfortunately here to inform us that Brock is not here again tonight. Duh, because Lesnar's not showing up. And, just skipping over most of this stuff, here comes the Big Dog. Big Dog's upset. He's like, what happens when normal people who don't show up to work? If you don't show up to work, what happens to you, right? You lose your job. If Roman shows up, if Roman doesn't show up, if I don't show up, I'm going to get fined or failed or get kicked out. But guess what happens if Brock doesn't show up? Nothing. Tell me how's that fair? And then, of course, it goes off and says Vince is Brock's boy, but we've been saying that about Roman for the past 2 years, that Roman is Vince's boy. Just interesting there. And Roman says something about he doesn't want to be disrespected, and he goes to confront Vince in Gorilla, which Michael Cole made a nice save and said, it's backstage. That's not Gorilla. Real cool. Real cool. And he gets in Vince's face like, you don't want to talk to me now? You don't want to talk to me now? Huh? You want to leave me out in the dirt like that? You don't want to talk to me now? And, we cut to commercial because Vince told us to. And I have just one thing to say about this. It's nice to capitalize on the issues with Brock. Like, these are real issues. The money isn't right, or Lesnar really is considering UFC. I don't mean at his age. I don't think UFC is an actual option for him. I think he's just lobbying so he can get more money out of WWE, that's what I would do if I was in his position, because there's no reason for me to stick around when Dana's going to offer me much more money for just one fight. And I can live off that money for a while, So it makes more sense to lobby and get that money that you want instead of sticking around at WWE and assuming, they're just going to give me what I want, that's not the case. It's smarter to just get to play, I guess. Well, the lobby, basically. The lobby for more money. It's like, well, I'll just go to the competition. If Dixie Carter and whoever's running Impact now had, a lot of money, I'm sure Brock would be taking pictures with them too. It's like, see, I could be going here. I could leave here if I wanted to, but you're not going to pay me, and I'm going to go work with the new guys. I'm sure if New Japan had enough money, he'd go work for New Japan. Trust he would. But he's not, and I think this is all just a scheme for him to get more money, and I get what Brock's doing, but it's nice that they're playing along with the real-life issues. Roman was being a complete baby. I'm still not buying it. I'm sorry, man. I'm not buying it because I like this build better than the last build, but it doesn't seem genuine. Seems like a writer wrote this, and you're acting like a baby, just like Brock would act if he's not getting his money. And the casual fans are going to love Roman for this, but I'm not buying it because, for the past, 2-3 years, Roman has been Vince's guy. And no one batted an eyelash. The casuals loved it. I hated it, though, We come back. Vince has temporarily suspended Roman. And he confirms Brock does get special privileges. It's like, Brock does have special privileges. Brock does have special privileges, and he's earned those special privileges, and because he's earned them,
He can do what he wants, but I guarantee that next week Brock Lesnar will be here. He will be here next week. He will be here, and Roman Reigns has been temporarily suspended, and that's basically what happened. And nice start to the show. Sasha versus Sonya. This is quick. Bailey, came out, helped Sasha for a little bit. She helped her win, and then after she won, Bailey left. Sasha got beat down by Absolution. Well, the two members of Absolution, and that was it. I don't buy it either. How's Roman going to call Brock Vince's boy when you're Vince's? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't buy it at all because they're both my children, and my children are fighting right now, and I don't like it because both my children are fighting, and damn it, I wish they wouldn't fight, but doing Vince's voice makes my throat makes me cough, but it just sucks that both of my children have to fight, and I don't like it. Yeah, Kid Rock's in the Hall of Fame. Kid Rock is in the Hall of Fame. Celebrity ring. He said he conquered rap and rock and country, which I cannot agree with. I do not agree with any of those statements. Kid Rock is in the Hall of Fame over Lemmy, over Jim Johnson. Kid Rock is in the Hall of Fame. I get it. His music has been there for 20 years. It's been there for 20 years. Fine. It's there. But Kid Rock, guys didn't have better choices. Jim should be in. I'm sorry, Jim Johnson has iconic themes for just about everyone. We all grew up with his music. Yet, Kid Rock gets in before him. And Lemmy doesn't get in. Why not? Motorhead is badass and that doesn't get in. But Kid Rock does. The less said about it, the better. We have a Miz TV with Seth and Finn. Miz is basically trying to pit his guests against each other like he always does. It's not happening because they know better. Of course, someone brings up the Universal title, that is being Finn Balor, and Rollins gets irked. He's like, you want to go now? We can go now. And they kick Miz out, and a brawl starts to happen, except Miz gets punched. Seth punches Finn, and tell him he's going to win tonight. That's the end of that. Rollins and Balor's announced later on. The Bar versus the Miz Taraj never happened. The match never happened. One funny thing, a lot of people, I don't think you saw it, but Sheamus threw up the Wakanda Forever sign. I don't know if, hold on, let me see if you could see me do it. Let me see if you can see me do it. Hold on. Come on. Well, he did the X thing. If you haven't seen Black Panther, that's Wakanda Forever in that movie. And Sheamus did that against Titus O'Neil and Apollo, and he got beat down. Basically, the Bar got beat down by the entire Raw's tag team division, and we'll get to more on that when we get to the main event, which is a Raw tag team battle royale, and the winners of that match get to face the Bar at WrestleMania. How cool. Next, Cena's up. Sad times for Cena. The poor boy is a little disappointed. He's not getting his match. It's a little sad, He's 4 weeks away, no road to WrestleMania. Cena says he will not contribute to Mania. Instead, he's going to be like the rest of us regular Joes and go as a fan. Cool, right? Cena drinks on the job because he jumps in the crowd with some bearded guy, drinks a little pint of the beer. Well, it's not even a pint. He didn't even drink a whole pint. He just drank like a little sip. It was like, that's it. I'm like, bro, that's it? That's all you're going to do? Cena can't get a push. Yeah, poor boy. Our poor boy can't get a push. And Cena starts a "This is awesome" chant, and he does the "Let's go Roman." Everyone looks at him like, dog, don't do that. And he goes back to the ring. Now, Cena says he's going to do the one thing he's not supposed to do. I wonder what it could be. It's not like he's going to challenge Okada or challenge Tanahashi or someone I would like to see him face. He says, I'm challenging The Undertaker. I'm going to say it 3 times like Beetlejuice. I challenge The Undertaker. I challenge The Undertaker. I challenge The Undertaker. And he keeps challenging him. And Cena says, Taker's the reason this isn't happening. Okay. It's like no excuses. He calls Taker a self-centered egomaniac. He says that you're not too old. You're not too broken down. If you were, you wouldn't be posting videos on your wife's Instagram, stuff like that. He said, the ball's in your court, dead man. Let's see if you're still alive. I like that line for some reason. One more match chance start, and Cena got me really hyped for this match. I know a lot of people don't really like it. Seems like Cena's being kind of a dick because he's picking on an old man to get a WrestleMania match. It's like, dude, we get it. We get it. You're having a match. But I'm going to pick on this old 50-year-old guy who's at home chilling with his wife and kids, just minding his own business. Like, I lost the Roman, it's over. No, the frat boy wants to fight you so he can have a match. And it's probably going to happen. Next week he's probably going to brag some more. And Taker's gonna do something. I think we're not getting Dead Man, though. We're getting American Badass Taker, which I'm all for. Kid Rock is probably going to do his theme live, and I'm going to be like, oh, problematic. Problematic, like, ding. But, yeah. We get 2 recaps, which is the Symphony of Destruction thing, and, of course, where is this other thing? The Rousey thing, because Rousey is not going to be on every Raw. She's just going to be on the last episode of Raw, because who thought Ronda Rousey would be on every episode? Come on, let's be honest. The Bar wanted to be traded to SmackDown Live. That's not happening. I already told you getting that Battle Royal. Oh, yeah. It's got to be American Badass Taker. It makes sense because the Dead Man got retired by Roman, but American Badass Taker has one more run. He has to have one more run. It's his yard after all. After the Symphony of Destruction recap, Elias was in a neck brace. He tries to play a song. He stops and leaves. They do another promo with Strowman in the back, the stupid iPhone promos, and he wants to know why he's not having a clear path at WrestleMania. He's going to curve his own path. Like, cool. Someone's going to catch the hands. Balor versus Rollins was awesome. Balor won after he countered the Superplex Falcon Arrow combo in a small package. Good thing. A question by Tommaso. Why would Bar want to go to SmackDown when he already lost it? No, this was in response to the beatdown by the Raw Tag Team Division. They were supposed to have a match with the Miz Taraj, and before the match could start, the Miz Taraj brawled against the Bar, and then that turned into a little brawl. Then every other tag team came out there, and they beat the crap out the Bar because of the noise. Yeah. That's what's been going on. And they wanted to be traded to SmackDown Live because they're not going to get treated like this. And, of course, they buried the guys on SmackDown Live, too. Bludgeon Brothers, New Day, Usos, and everything. But this leads to our main event. After Balor versus Rollins, I already talked about this today. The Moolah Battle Royale. It's no more. Go watch the breaking news video. It's only 5 minutes. Tommaso was there, though he already saw it. But, yeah, that's done. We're not talking about that anymore. Now, at this point, it's about 9 o'clock, and they'd say Asuka's next, and they're going to make Asuka cut a promo. And I'm like, why? It's prime time. Why? Thankfully, Alexa Bliss cut her off. We didn't have to deal with that. I'm not saying that her English is bad. It's pretty good, actually, and it's badass for someone to come from a whole other country, learn our language, and be able to communicate with us. That's badass. I was there the rest. Yep. Everyone needs to wake up. Bliss says Asuka can't beat her, of course, but I'm like, we have receipts. Look at NXT. Just look through NXT. Bliss got beat by Asuka. Mickie James got tapped out by Asuka. Yeah, Asuka chose Charlotte because she wants to face the best champ. And to beat the woman, you gotta beat. No, to be the woman, you gotta beat the woman. Why did I say to beat the woman, you gotta beat the... Terrible notes right there. It's to be the woman, you gotta beat the woman. Bliss tries to call out Nia. Nia doesn't come out, so plan B is Mickie James. And James gets destroyed. So, after that, Nia gets confronted by Bliss. She says, have a match. And I want to know if you're going to be there next week. And Asuka's going to be on SmackDown after WrestleMania. Trust me. Trust me, she's gonna go soon. She'll be on both shows for the rest of the next 3 weeks. Nia is like, oh, I have a match. Bliss is like, oh, you're gonna be in my corner next week. Nia's like, okay. At the end, Nia beats this woman named Joan King, and I'm assuming it's a nice little squash match. And I'm sorry, it is a squash match. It beats Joan King. I'm thinking that's it. We're about to cut to the next thing, but no, we cut to the back, and Bliss and James are talking. Now, if I was smart, or if I was Bliss or James, I'm just saying, I see a boom mic right to the left of me. It's a boom mic right there, and there's a camera on me. We're waiting on Charlie Caruso or Dasha Fuentes, whichever one. I think it was Charlie. Waiting on Charlie to get here to do the interview, but the boom mic's right there. So now would not be the time to trash talk my big behemoth best friend. I shouldn't do that, but that's what Alexa did. See, hidden camera caught her. It's not that hidden because they're right in front of it. And basically they just talk a lot of shit about Nia. Just Mean Girls edition. Yeah, it's Mean Girls. That's what it was, basically. And they were making it into big versus small things. Like, if you look at her, she looks like Shrek walking through TSA. She's fat. Oh, she's the fat girl that hangs out with all the skinny girls, so she's not a loser. Like, okay, I see what we're doing here. And Bliss says, this is the part that kind of hurt me a little bit because people have done this to me before. And it's not a good look. Bliss says when she uses Nia, because Nia is a vulnerable human being, and she has her in the palm of her hand. Yeah, Shrek in that case, fine. It's Tommaso for real. Like, I like Nia. Nia is adorable. Lord, that's a woman. That's a woman. Yeah. Basically says she has it in the palm of her hand, and of course, Nia heard everything. My heart hurt for her. I'm like, oh, poor Nia. Did she use your kindness and your power against you? Your kindness has been taken for a weakness, and she used it. And Bliss ran out of dodge because once Charles like, that boom mic caught everything. Nia heard it, and Nia went on a hell rage, bro. She was shocked for a little bit. She cried, which I'm okay with. I'm okay with the little emotional Nia. I'm glad she kind of put her head down, wiped her tears, and like went all serious. That was fine. I hope she isn't crying all the time. I don't want that to be a gimmick. Like, oh, let's feel sorry for the bigger person in WWE. Like, that's terrible. Like, I want her to be strong and powerful, not completely emotional. I mean, she's not a freaking husk. But, I want her to be a strong and powerful woman and not just a crybaby because she's a bit bigger than the other girls. And I hope that's not the angle they're going for. That would upset me. I would prefer this to be my best friend stab me in the back instead of, she's skinny and I'm big. That is the dynamic of this storyline. Like, I really don't want that because they were friends. They're still friends. Like, they're still friends for real. But in this storyline, we were best friends for like 2 years and you stabbed me in the back. That should be it. That's all you need to go. Think of Tommaso and Johnny. Just do that. Except it's them. It's them. That's it. Don't make it a weight issue. Because that's whack. That's whack to me. I don't need to be reminded. Oh, Nia's big. We get it. Nia is big. Alexa is small. She's all torso. But we don't need to be reminded of that 24/7. Anywho, Ultimate Deletion is next week. And the gang is all here. Wonderful. Why is it that WWE friendships only last 6 months? Maybe because a full pregnancy is too much and that would give birth to something else. I think 6 months is the sweet spot. 7 months, you're pushing it. If we get to 9 or 10, no. NXT, a friendship could last for like a year and a half, and then the man who shall not be named will turn his back on you, and I'm not talking about it. Anyway, back to Ultimate Deletion. The gang's all here. Queen Rebecca, Lord Wolfgang, King Maxwell, Senor Benjamin, Matt Hardy, Hardy Compound, Bray Wyatt. Let's go. The match we wanted to see when he was in TNA, it's happening before us next week. I can't wait. There was a funny line. Kurt said, "I knew Bray was crazy, but what the hell happened to Matt?" I love it. Yeah, my dog King Maxwell. Lord Wolfgang already throwing shots at King Maxwell. If you didn't see it on Twitter, that was funny. He says my brother worked in the Indies and I've already made my pro debut. I'm younger than him. I feel like that's how he would talk and that's how he tweets when he talks. But yeah, that is this, and here's the main event. So we have the tag team battle royale. It's all the tag teams on Raw, and Strowman interrupts. It's just Braun Strowman. So if you haven't put two and two together, Strowman wins. Strowman wins, and by the way, Coach said, "Is Rhino going to WrestleMania?" When Rhino was eliminated already. That was funny. Strowman wins the tag team battle royale. So basically, Raw just said, "We know our tag team division sucks since Dean and Seth are together and the Hardy Boys aren't here, and we practically made the Dudley Boys break up because, well, we didn't make them break up. We underutilized them for so long that they left, and Bully Ray's done, and Devon's in the back." And the Revival's been neutered because they're not NXT. And yeah, all we got is Sheamus and Cesaro. So Strowman's the best thing. Oh yeah, he has beaten. Yeah, Maxwell has beaten Spud / Maverick. He has done that. And yeah, but Strowman winning this tag team battle royal thing, to me, it craps on the entire division. Like that whole division. Yeah, screw you guys. Screw all you teams. You guys don't matter because it's Strowman. And am I against Strowman becoming the tag team champions? No, not really. I'm okay with it. I will just say this one thing. If that's going to happen, make it funny. Make him have a belt on this shoulder, belt on this shoulder. Make him say he's the tag team champions, because that would make me laugh. All tag teams should fear Strowman. And if Strowman has to have a partner, I think his partner is either going to be Elias or Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe would be perfect for Strowman as a tag team partner. They're both insane. But yeah, I think it's going to be Elias, just like you said, Tommaso. And that's it. But what a way to crap on the Raw tag team division. They just can't get anything. Moving forward to SmackDown Live. So, I mean, this is the Hulu edition. So if I'm missing anything, please say something. I'm just going to go from what they showed me. So Hulu says the show starts with AJ Styles. And, you know, he's saying he's going to WrestleMania as WWE champion. And Shinsuke comes in. Shinsuke's like, hey, I respect you, but my dream is need to face and becoming champion at Mania. So Rusev and Aiden English crash the party. Yeah, Matt Morgan and Crimson. Yeah. Big man, somewhat crazier little man. But yeah, that would be nice. Rusev crashed the party. It's AJ versus Rusev. Look, after Mania, if Rusev doesn't get a main event push or something, I'm going to be quite upset. The dude is so over. Like, if we're doing my top 10, the top 3 people that's over in SmackDown Live right now, 3 is Rusev, 2 is Nakamura, 1 is AJ. Why are we doing, like, a title run with Rusev at Mania or something? Like, he needs to have some gold around his waist. Either the U.S. Championship again or the WWE Championship. Like, if someone's going to dethrone Nakamura, it better be Rusev. Not AJ. Rusev needs to dethrone Nakamura. I need it. He's awesome. Anyway, this match was okay. Rusev got put in a calf killer, but Aiden English broke it up, and Nakamura kind of just slowly got up out of his seat, unbuttoned his jacket, took his time a little bit, came in and saved AJ Styles and hit a Kinshasa on Rusev. Yeah, heading backstage was Big E. Kofi and Woods ain't here because they knocked out, got murdered by the Bludgeon Brothers at Fastlane, and Jimmy Uso without Jay, because Jay has also been murdered by the Bludgeon Brothers. They're going to put their feud on pause and join forces to face 2B. He is legit. Dude, look how big he is. He's freaking huge. He looks like he could legit kick someone's ass. I guess we could... Yeah, a Summer of Rusev would be perfect. Like, I don't think we'd complain about that. Jinder, the problem with Jinder is he doesn't have the wrestling ability that Rusev has or anyone else on the roster. I'm not going to say he can't wrestle, because if he couldn't wrestle, he wouldn't be in the company. It's just not up to par with the AJ Styles or Nakamura, it's mostly old school. And I think some of us don't like old school. Like, I can appreciate what gender does, but it's too slow paced. It's too, I'm going to work on this one body part. I'm going to just strike and do a knee lift and a body slam here, a suplex here, a back body drop here, a clothesline, another running knee, Colossus. Like, that's every gender match. And, you know, to each his own. To each his own. I'm not against it. I just know I would prefer if he wrestled a little bit more like AJ or Nakamura. Anyway, back on track. We've been going quite long. Nakamura, AJ's backstage. AJ says, I don't need your help. And Nakamura says, yeah, find a different way to win. The Singh brother thing was annoying too. Nakamura says, you look like you needed my help. And I'll help you every time to a Mania where he'll beat him with near to faith. So I'm all on board with that. Jimmy Uso versus Big E. Jimmy Uso versus Big E. What the hell? I just said they were friends and now I'm putting them against each other. Jimmy Uso and Big E versus the Bludgeon Brothers. Beginning of the match was a brawl. Uso's getting the upper hand. They jump to B. Then they got chairs. But you forget the Bludgeon Brothers have hammers. And hammers greater than chairs. Especially when they're huge. Big old hammers. So they got the hammers. They knocked chairs out. E and Uso ran away. And the minute they lost the chairs, they lost the match. Because once the bell rang, Bludgeon Brothers did what they do best. They squashed. And they squashed the hell out of Big E and Jimmy Uso. And I was like, oh man. I guess they're about to lose them belts for real, dog. Sami Zayn's asked for why he's unsuccessful. He blamed Shane McMahon and Kevin Owens. We're not going into all of that. Charlotte addressed Asuka, woman to woman. Charlotte says she wants the challenge because, well, she never faced anyone like Asuka. She got goosebumps when Asuka picked Charlotte. So, yeah. Charlotte says she's going to end the streak. Asuka says she chose it because she wants a challenge. And she bows to no one. She's the Empress of Tomorrow. And no one's ready for Asuka. Whoop, 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 whoop. They look dumb in the outfits. I think they look okay in those outfits. They look... I think they should go with all black instead of that beige. That burgundy red. You should go all black with the burgundy. That, like, the primary thing should be black. The secondary color should be burgundy, like a blood or a crimson red. Have that, and the Bludgeon Brothers will look way more terrifying than they do now. They kind of look like Halloween Town costumes. Like, I am here to sing a song and be on the Disney Channel. Fear me. No, I think they need to be in all black with crimson or burgundy as the secondary color, and Bludgeon Brothers will look way, way cooler. By the way, after the Charlotte thing, Randy Orton came out. Boo! Black and gray would be nice. That would be nice. Kind of melancholy. Randy Orton comes out to watch Bobby Roode versus Jinder Mahal. Of course, Randy Orton talks about how he's a Grand Slam champion and then whatever. And Roode versus Mahal. You know how Mahal wins. Distraction, Colossus. There. KO backstage. He's reacting to Sammy blaming him. He wants Sammy to see that it's Shane's fault. But he wouldn't even gotten close to the championship because Sammy sucks and Sammy's not too good. And he doesn't mind teaching Sammy a lesson. So, yeah. Naomi versus Carmella happened. Carmella won. All right. So, here we go. The end of SmackDown Live. So, Shane McMahon comes out here and, he kind of explains himself. He says the same thing he said on Talking Smack after the pay-per-view. Most of it, pretty much. And, he said, I'm emotionally watching your dad get beat up. And Daniel, watch my dad get beat up. He's a patriarch of my family and blah, 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 and whatever. So, Daniel's coming back next week. They booed Daniel Bryan. I don't know what Daniel did to get booed. What did he do? Someone inform me. And he makes Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. And then he says he's taking a leave of absence. Now, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn come out. Zayn thanks God that Shane's leaving. Shane says they're getting an opportunity. Because SmackDown Live, opportunities, guys. He's getting an opportunity to face each other at a Mania. KO appreciated it. And he said, you'll appreciate this too. And they beat the crap out of Shane. They beat his ass, y'all. They beat the crap out of Shane McMahon. He hits a haluva kick, a pop-up powerbomb, and even Sammy and KO were beating up some of the refs. They put Shane's head in the chair and they throw him into like the post. Like, good Lord. And then they dragged him backstage and powerbombed him on this crate. It's probably the steel crate. And Shane was like, she was like, I'm like, oh man, they killed Shane McMahon on live TV, and that was it. And Tommaso, you said I guess they were booing because the show, yeah, they could have been bored, or Daniel's just annoying at this point. And that was in the SmackDown Live. Now, I normally wouldn't talk about 205 Live, but thanks to everyone telling me that it's gotten good, my brother and some other friends of mine, I watched it and I'm all caught up. And yeah, I have to say one thing. I feel bad about the tag team matches so far because the Tozawa and Tommy one versus the Lucha House Party wasn't bad, but the momentum out of the match and the storytelling, like New Japan, it's quiet because it's quiet and they react when it's time to react. But when you're like giving your body and doing all these spots, like the Lindsay spot where he jumps off of Grand Metalik's back on a Tozawa, it wasn't like, oh, it was like, oh, they're just quiet. And it was a cool spot. Hideo wins with like a dragon sleeper knee, and that's it. The crowd doesn't really care. They kind of clap. Hideo and Lindsay get at each other. It's like, come on, let's fight. There's Japanese on one side, the Spanish on the other side. The language barrier is me in the middle. I don't know what's being said, but I know it's not nice. And yeah, the respect flew out the window with those two. And I guess next week we're going to have a one-on-one match. Drake Maverick comes out. I still don't like that name. Comes out to join for commentary to watch Gentleman Jack Gallagher's squash match with Murphy Myers. And Jack won with a snap headbutt. I guess that's going to be his new thing. A snap CTE. Hopefully it's not because he controls it well. And I liked Mustafa Ali's promo. The bully is going down. He better go down because Gulak better lose. I like Gulak. I can't blame him because it is 4 hours. It is 4 hours. And I have sat through a SmackDown Live show. Think about it. You leave early. You go park. You go eat. Possibly you go eat. Then you go sit for an hour, especially if you get there at 6. You sit there for an hour while they keep playing the same video packages. People keep screaming, woo, for no reason. And 7 o'clock hits. You get 2 hours of that. And then now you have to sit through the Mixed Match Challenge. Then 205 Live. Like, good God. It's a lot. It's a lot to take in. Don't get me wrong. It's a lot to take in. So I can't blame them. They're probably all burnt out because it's 4 hours of wrestling. But at the same time, you knew what you signed up for. So you should be enthusiastic because you're seeing wrestling come to your city. And it probably doesn't have a lot of wrestling in your city sometimes. So, yeah. Main event, Strong versus Alexander. All I'm going to say is you need to watch that. It was an awesome match. My God. That was an awesome match. Cedric Alexander earned this spot. He won. He beat Roderick Strong. Do I remember how? No, because it wasn't. It was with a roll up. It was after he reversed the roll up. But damn, that was a good match. I think that woke people up. But that was a great match. I think that cruiserweight match at Mania is going to steal the show. I really think it is. And I hope it's not pushed to the pre-show. But that was 205 Live in a nutshell. Not too much stuff to go over on it, but good show. Now, the final show, NXT. So, we get more first round action in the Dusty Tag Team Classic start the show. Sanity versus Sabatelli and Moss, which, ew, I don't like Sabatelli and Moss. No, don't like them. Sanity won, clearly. There was some tension between Moss and Sabatelli. Good match. I really felt it was a fight strong. Yeah, they really did. They put their hearts out on that match, man. I feel bad for Roddy, but Roddy's getting something with NXT, so he's going to be fine. Sanity wins. Sabatelli and Moss had some tension from, I believe, last week where Moss left Moss left Sabatelli in the ring or Sabatelli left Moss. It doesn't matter because they didn't really move past that. Like, they didn't progress with that storyline. Sanity's going forward. Next, after that, the man who shall not be named with the beard and the bald head comes to the ring. I, along with the crowd, booed the hell out of him. The crowd is holding the Johnny Wrestling logo, you know, the face. And you like Savage. Look, gimmick's not bad. I just don't like them. I don't like them. I like the gimmick. I don't like them at the moment. They have to do more than just look like they're athletic. They haven't been really given the chance to do much on NXT TV, but I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. I'm sorry. Like, it just seems a bit too generic for me. But the man who shall not be named is walking better, so cool for him. He tries to cut another promo, and he gets booed out of town. And the We Want Johnny chant start, more of Johnny Wrestling chant start, and along with the na 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 na, hey hey hey, goodbye chant. Of course, that one starts, and the man who shall not be named with the beard and the face and the bald head, he leaves because, he's going to leave. Lacey Evans versus the big dog, Dakota Kai, the true big dog, the biggest of the dogs. Evie Kai wins with a quick roll-up, but this is not well because guess who comes out after Dakota, the big dog Kai, wins? It's Shayna Baszler stalking Kai, the person she injured. She puts her in a corner, and finally, after a week, and another week, and another week, after 3 whole weeks, Ember Moon shows up with a mic in her hand and says, Baszler started, but I'm going to end it in New Orleans. Bam! And what'd you say, Tommaso, the man? Look, yo, he is, I'm not saying his name, though. Screw him. The man who shall not be named with the face and the head and the beard. No. Screw to him. He sucks. He's such a good heel, though, because great heels make me actually hate you. If you do the Triple H thing, for me as a kid, when Triple H was on TV, I couldn't stand him. Like, I grew to appreciate him when I got older, but I hated Triple H as a kid because he was such an ass. Even when he was a babyface, sometimes, like, he's just going to turn heel again. He's going to turn into a bad guy again, but Ciampa, I said his name. The man who shall not be named does the same. Anyway, back to this. Moon says she's going to end it. A brawl ensues. There's fighting. Baszler hits a closed fist on Moon. Moon's all wobbly. But Moon fights out of that. She's going for an eclipse. Baszler catches her. And she's trying to set Moon up for some move with her arm behind her back. But Dakota, the big dog Kai, comes around and kicks her in the face. And Moon hits an eclipse with one arm. Moon versus Baszler is officially going to happen at TakeOver New Orleans, which I will be attending. What did you say, Tommaso? Even as a babyface? Yeah, me and Triple H just, like, he's cool now. I like Triple H's work now. I get it. Because I understand, not saying I understand the business, but I understand it more now than I did when I was a kid. But he really knew how to elicit that reaction out of me. And I couldn't stand Triple H. And even when The Rock and Austin, oh, damn, the people I like the most, they really, I couldn't stand them when they were heels. I really couldn't. Another first round match. This was a fun one. Street Profits versus Heavy Machinery. This was just very fun. Two very colorful teams that could easily be comedic teams, to be honest with you. But this was great. They had this spot where Montez offered Dozovic the drink, and Dozovic drank the whole drink and just ran into Montez. Some people have been saying Montez is like Enzo Amore, but I ain't seeing that. Montez is the guy that gets beat up. Yes, but he definitely can wrestle. But Street Profits win after a sick frog splash from Montez after the Curse of Greatness pulled Tucker Knight over the ropes when he was going for the whatever Heavy Machinery's move is called. I honestly didn't pay attention to it because I knew they weren't winning. Dunn versus Cole. Darnell Washington. Yep, that's it. Darnell Washington. Is you know what? Heavy Machinery should call the finisher Darnell Washington. I don't know why that would make me laugh. I think it's called like the compactor, really, but call the finisher Darnell Washington. Anyway, Dunn versus Cole. My God, that was an awesome match. That was our main event, to be honest. Before we get to our story main event, it was a great match, but it was a terrible finish because things that are great shouldn't end in interference. He was treating him like it sounds like I sunned you once, I'm gonna sun you again. You was a whole loser. You can't rock with me, buddy. And Fish and O'Reilly break it up, but here comes Roddy versus the World to try his luck with the numbers game. It's too much. numbers game is too much. And of course, Pete Dunne comes back with elbow. He knocks, I believe, his Fish out. Fish is knocked out of the ring, and O'Reilly's knocked out, and the numbers game is now 2-on-2. And Rock, the Undisputed Era, has to retreat because, yeah, Roddy has some respect from Pete Dunne. So I guess they'll be in the Dusty Classic, or they're going to be facing the Undisputed Era at TakeOver New Orleans. It's something. I mean, the leaked match card said it's going to be Dunne and Roddy versus AOP versus Sanity in a match, but I don't think that's official yet. Anyway, our main event here is the contract signing between Almas and Black. Of course, Almas isn't here because Almas doesn't have to come to anything. He's the champion. But Selena's here because, yeah, my client doesn't speak English that well, but I do because I'm from Brooklyn and I know how to talk. So Black is silent the whole time. Vega's just berating him. He moves the table, sits in front of Vega. You know, makes some short jokes about Selena Vega. A Too Short chant breaks out. Vega signs the thing. And Black makes more short jokes. Like, oh, he doesn't amount to me. And you're too small. He doesn't measure up. And he eats a slap. And Black signs it. Black says he's glad that Selena came along because Black didn't. And guess who it is? It's Johnny Wrestling's wife, Candice LeRae, who brawls with Vega, hits a bulldog, and lays Vega out in the ring and walks away and, you know, kind of high fives Aleister Black at the top of the ramp. And that's the end of NXT. My homeboy almost said Black ain't finna catch him with no black. Yeah. He's smart. Your homeboy's smart. He knows better. That's NXT. And that was everything WWE besides Mixed Match Challenge, which I know is a thing. That's getting its own video with the proper editing and stuff because I want to actually talk about it. But, yeah, if I had to pick a show this week, the best show out of those four, this is going to sound weird. I can't believe I'm picking this. I'm picking 205 Live. And I never thought I would ever say that. That match was too good. It was too good. NXT gets a second. Raw and SmackDown, you can interchange them with 3 and 4. Honestly, 205 Live was the best show this week. 45 minutes. It was what I wanted. Not a lot of BS. Both of the matches were good. The squash match was even good. I didn't see anything wrong with that show. NXT, I could nitpick in my notes about the man who should not be named trying to cut promos. What's the whole point of that? If we're just going to boo him, why is Lacey Evans having a match with the big dog Dakota Kai? She deserves better. The Street Profits thing was weird, but it was fun. And I don't like Sabatelli and Moss, but guess what? It doesn't matter. It all works because NXT still was good, despite my little nitpicks. 205 Live was short, sweet, straight to the point. Two me on my top 3 subs for me. AJ, Cedric, Mustafa. 1, Dolph Ziggler. 2, AJ. And 3, I don't know who's 3. I don't know who could be number 3. Damn, I don't have a third, I don't think. I can't, it's not coming to me right now, or they don't work in this company. Tanahashi would be the third one, because Jesus Christ, Tana makes you, gets you real emotional. But 205 Live was straight, sweet to the point. Was short and sweet and straight to the point. Slow down, self, slow down. And slow down. NXT was fine. Raw was whatever. Just another 3-hour slop fest and just crapped on everything and brought out that problematic battle royale. And SmackDown Live ended with Shane getting killed, which honestly I laughed at it. I thought it was funny. The matches, I don't like the match card too much, but Shane getting beat up was, look, Tana does sell. Don't come for my fave like this. Tana sells, buddy. Hashi sells his tail off, bro. You see him in any submission. like, yo, is he really hurt or is he selling? Like, I'm the line between the two is blurred. Even though his bicep is barely there, the dude knows how to sell. I love it though. But I don't know, dude. We've been here for 45 minutes, and two of y'all have watched. Shout out to y'all too, Tommaso and whoever the other person is. Yeah, Suzuki. That was hard to watch. That was hard to watch, man. That match was rough. But shout out to you two for watching. I appreciate y'all for sitting through this whole thing with me or just jumping in to watch some of it. That's all good. But this is WWE Roundup. We're rounding on to episode 10. Coming next week. I don't think we should do anything special for that because it's a double-digit episode. So what's the point? Yeah, Smart Court is going to be tomorrow. I'm going to see how that's going to work out. That's probably going to be late at night. I'm going to get all the news stories together in the day, and then at night we're going to go over everything that happened in the world of wrestling, not just WWE. Yeah, I don't know what else to really say. These outros are always the weirdest for me because I don't know what else to tell you guys besides goodbye and everything. But shout out to y'all for watching. Thank you, Tommaso. You are awesome. You've been there for a while. Really appreciate you, bro. And whoever else is watching, I don't know if that's you, C, but thank you for watching. I appreciate it. This is weird. You should. Hey, Tommy versus. I know who this is. I know who this is. I know who this is. My bad for the 10th episode. Want you to what was Ty Dillinger's best match? Is that what you're asking, Tommaso? I think this is my other best friend. I think that's what Tommaso was asking me, but I will. I guess I will. Why am I turning the Scarface? I will go and figure out Ty Dillinger's best match for the 10th episode. We'll start with that before we even start with everything that's going on in WWE. This has been going on way too long. I'm MCZX. Thank you for watching and putting up with me. Smart Court will be tomorrow. I hope it's tomorrow. I hope nothing goes wrong where it's not tomorrow. I don't like promising things and not being able to deliver. But Smart Court will be tomorrow. It's a news roundup. It's the first edition. If it's not too good, I don't know what to tell you because it's going to be live. So I'll see you later, probably in a different mode. Thanks for watching. This has been 48 minutes now. Good God. I understand if you don't watch this whole one. I do. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, and spread the word and continue to be a great person. Appreciate it. All right. Bye-bye.